What's up, YouTube? I'm back. It's Hoover29, aka
Gunpowder Residue.
and today I have a special review for you guys. I want to get started by saying this is not a Ruger product. I repeat, this is not a Ruger product. This is a product by MFI, and what it is a Cetme mount. This is a mount for the Cetme 308. Many of you guys know that is the one important piece the Cetme 308 is missing is a scope mount on top already fixed. Many of you guys know about the new C308. I think Century Arms released that already has a fixed mount on top. So if you have a new C308, lucky you, you don't have to worry about this. But if you don't, then we have a mount that should be pretty reliable in my opinion. I haven't tested it out yet, but by the way this thing is designed, I think it's going to be a pretty good mount. But let's get into it and kind of show you guys what I'm referring to here. Again, this is a mount by MFI, and it is called the Cetme 6.2 mount. That's pretty much standing for 6.2 inches long, and you're pretty much going to use this to mount a scope or any kind of red dot you want on top of your Cetme. Many of you guys know, well, if you follow me on Instagram or follow me on Twitter, I've had this product for a long time. I just haven't used it. I haven't had time to put it on my Cetme, hadn't had time to do anything with it. So this is roughly my first review of it. And I will have range reviews of it as well. But right now we're just going to review the product, and I'm going to kind of give you guys what it looks like, give you guys a picture of what it looks like on the gun, to see, you know, how it looks. And once you get in your hands, you kind of know what to expect of it. All right. So first off, the most notable thing about this mount is the brace, if you want to call it a brace, around the rear here. And this is going to go around the rear aperture of the Cetme, pretty much your sights, your flip sights. This is going to go around that part. And the most problem, or should I say the biggest problem that people have with Cetme mounts or the aftermarket mounts. Now, there are tons of them, guys. If you just look up Cetme mount on YouTube, there are tons of them. You may even see one or two comments from me that I left on there. For mounts that I was interested in getting at one point. But after reading tons of reviews, I found out that a lot of those mounts walk and they don't hold the zero. Walk, if you're not familiar with that term, walk means where when the recoil fires, it jolts the whole gun pretty much, and it moves everything. And occasionally you'll get your mount that either slide forward or slide backwards, and it doesn't really hold zero. That's not good if you're trying to target shoot and hit specific targets. So what MFI has done, which I think is really cool, they have made a brace around the back that goes around the aperture. So you're basically going to have the aperture sticking up through here, and so you can pretty much set it all the way back or all the way forward, depending on the recoil. I can't think of which way it goes right now. It's going to go back, of course, but so I guess you would set it all the way to the front. And again, that could be reverse. I'm not in my right mind right now. So theoretically, this shouldn't walk. When you put it on here, it should stay in the same spot. It's a traditional claw mount now. The other mounts that you see on YouTube, those are claw mounts as well. And if you guys don't know what claw mounts are, this is pretty much the braces that's gonna clamp on into the gun. It's kind of like they say, it's like a claw is gonna, where's my hand? There it goes. It's gonna, grab onto the gun in 4 different spots. And of course, my screw just came out. And by the way, these are, if you guys can see, these are 5/64 Allen screws. So you will need an Allen wrench, which of course it does come with one. MFI provides a Allen for you, so that's very convenient. But just looking at this mount, you guys also can see that it has the typical screw in the front of the mount. And that's pretty much for some Cetmes. They have a thread in the front receiver, well, not the front, but the, somewhat of the center, more closer to the barrel. So you can kind of clamp it down. And I guess sometimes if you want to, you can raise or lower it, depending on how much torque you put on it, you can raise or lower the front end of it to get a better picture. But generally it's for mounting it because these things are notorious for walking. So you would normally put a screw in there, and that silver part there, thread it down, keep it in place so it doesn't go anywhere. But like I said, with this piece back here, that should theoretically eliminate it. Like I said, I hadn't taken this out to the range yet, so I don't know if it works, but just looking at the design, I think it will work. So I'm already kind of pleased just by the design, because when I first got it, I knew this was here, but I didn't know how snug it is. And I'm going to show you guys what this looks like on the Cetme just a little bit. I mean, that it's not any room for it to really wiggle around at all. It's very minute space for it to move back and forth. So that is a good thing. And like I said, if you guys have a new Cetme 308, you guys don't have to worry about this problem. Lucky you. But the guys who do have normal Cetmes, then this is probably the product you want to pick up. But don't pick it up yet, because I don't want you guys to waste your money. And by the way, speaking of money, this piece alone, unfortunately, costs $100. It costs $100. But MFI has a kind of special thing, which I did not take advantage of, because I'd rather test it out first. But if you buy one of these mounts and you submit a positive review of it, meaning that, you know, you found it to be good, you found it to be useful, it didn't glitch up on you or do anything funky, then they will send you a voucher for $15, basically just giving them, you know, free advertisement, I guess, or, you know, any kind of publicity, telling other people that the mount is good and it's not a piece of crap like the rest of them that's out there. Well, from what I hear, I don't own one, of course. This is the only one I own. But basically, if you send a good review in, they'll give you $15 towards credit. So theoretically, you can pay $85 for it. But again, I was late on. Oh yeah, and also you have 60 days to turn in that review. So I'm well beyond my 60 days. I had this thing probably I don't know, 5 or 6 months. I have no idea. I'm guessing maybe 5 months. So all that's gone, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to put a good product out there, or review rather, so you guys can know whether to buy it or not. So I don't know if this thing, it could be a piece of crap. And if it is a piece of crap, I'm going to tell you. Sorry, MFI, but I just got to be honest. So this is the Cetme mount. Again, you got your normal Picatinny up top, or 1913. I don't know which one. Same, in my eyes, they're the same, but who knows, could be different. You got your claw mount. You got your most important part back here, in my opinion, is the bracket to keep the rear aperture, to go inside the rear, to go around the rear aperture rather. And that's pretty much the review. I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like on the Cetme, and kind of show you guys what I was talking about, how little space it has to go back and forth. And again, I'm gonna also take you guys to the range with me when I get my sight put on. You guys may have seen the scope review that I did, guessing a couple months ago, of the Vortex. So that's gonna go on my Cetme. And also, guys, I have something you guys may want to watch out for if you're getting a scope for your Cetme that I wasn't aware of. But I'm going to show that to you guys coming right up. So let's go ahead and get to that. Okay, this is what the mount looks like when it is on the gun. And I forgot to mention earlier that this is a low profile mount. And you can see when they say low profile, it really is low profile. Like, it doesn't ride high like you've seen some of the mounts out there. It's really a nice clean look for the Cetme. And here's the part that I was telling you guys. Well, first of all, let's make sure. Well, I know it, but just so you guys know, we are completely empty. So we are working with a safe gun here. Here's the part I was telling you guys that I was really impressed with. The mount back here for the rear aperture. Here's the brace I was telling you about. This goes all the way down. I don't know how, yeah, here we go. This goes all the way down around that rear mount. So basically the part that was cut open, you only have that much wiggle room. Hope you guys can see that really well. That much wiggle room. So if it does try to walk, it's not going to go far. Now, granted, that can throw off your zero. If you zero something, darn it, you want to make it freaking stay in there the whole time. I get that. But this isn't clamped down, of course. But when you clamp it down, maybe put some Loctite on it or something like that, I'm quite sure, and you press it the way it's supposed to go, which is probably going to be back like that to get the recoil. It's probably not going to go anywhere. Now, granted, I haven't tested this to prove it, so I don't know. And I haven't seen any other reviews of this product. So again, I don't know. But I'm thinking that if you set this all the way back like that, well, again, which way, I can't remember. Either way, Well, not either way, but there's one specific way. But anyways, I don't want to talk too much. This thing is not going to move besides where it is. That's the only wiggle room you have. So theoretically, this thing should not walk at all. And like I said, when you put your Loctite down on your clamps, it's going to clamp down pretty good. So I think personally that this thing is going to work out well. And for the price, it better work out well. Freaking $100 for this thing, man. So, oh yeah, that's what I want to tell you guys. Also, the problem that I ran into, and this is not a problem, you just have to not want to get something as, I guess, high powered or as large as I did. But my scope mount for this, well, my scope rather, comes back. Man, I only got maybe an inch, maybe an inch and a quarter from my charging handle to the front of my scope mount. And that's one thing I forgot. I forgot for whatever reason. I was just thinking, that the Cetme, charges somewhere back here. I mean, I had this thing for years, so I know I just forgot. But basically, when you pull this thing all the way back, the particular scope that I have, it's about right here. So again, I hadn't used anything, so I don't know if it's a Vortex product, so I'm sure their customer service is highly regarded when it comes to taking things back or exchanging something out. So I may look into it to see if I can get a shorter scope for it. But when it's on the gun, it's beautiful. I put it on the gun, it looks great. I think the mount is going to work, very tremendously. But again, we have to test that to see. But again, guys, if you have a Cetme, try not to get something too large because, again, now you got enough room. Here's the thing. Here's another thing. You have enough room up here to move it, somewhat comfortably. But one thing you have to factor in is the eye relief. And I thought, well, I can just move it back all the way back here. Well, I forget how many inches my scope eye relief has, or my eye relief that the scope has. But like I said, I'm roughly pushed to have it almost an inch from the charging handle. So I can't really put it back here so far because my stock is a standard stock. I don't know if they make any longer ones. But my eye relief is in a tight spot, no pun intended. I mean, it is really in a tight spot to where I almost have no wiggle room to really move it. So unfortunately, my scope comes there. But again, I mean, I can get a smaller scope that'll fix the problem completely to where it stops maybe right here. And I don't have to worry about almost bumping my charging handle every time I want to shoot the gun or reload. So yeah, but like I said, I worked that out. That's just a problem that I ran into. But this is the mount. And like I said, this is the most impressive part to me. Like I said, you tighten that thing down, the back part of the mount is going to keep it in place for the most part. So if it does try to move, either way, it's only going to go that much. That's good in my eyes. I mean, I would like it if it was nothing at all, but this isn't going anywhere. This is going to stay here. So even if it does move, it's going to stay put right there. Again, I think this is a really, really, really good design, and I'm happy with the way it looks. So hopefully I'll be happy when I take it out to the range. But yeah, this is what it looks like, guys, or this is what it looks like. And I'm really ready to put this thing to work because I hadn't shot this thing beyond 100 yards since I had it. So hopefully I'll be able to have some fun with it, shooting some 200, 300, and possibly even 500 if I can find a 500-yard range to make that happen. So guys, yeah, this is it. If you guys have any comments or reviews, I'll try to put the website on it. It is mfi.com, I think, but don't quote me on that. I'll put the website down in the description so you guys can read it. And again, if you guys do decide to go with this route, if you make a review of it within 60 days, you have a $15 rebate that you can send in to make the product $85 because this is a $100 product alone. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And when I finally do get my scope on it, now I have my scope. The scope is ready to go. I just hadn't, you guys seen in the last review, the scope is sitting here ready to go. I guess that's kind of what it will look like a little bit. So yeah, circle's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be nice. Can't wait to do something with it. So if you guys have any requests or any additional information on this, please drop me a message either on Instagram, Twitter, or if you see me on Periscope, you can talk to me there. And again, I'm going to try to have this on the range very soon because it's way past time. Weather's nice. Well, not really nice. It's hot as crap, but you know, it's nice enough. It's not freezing cold. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you like, hope you subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time when we put this scope on top. All right, guys. Talk to you later. See ya.
Gunpowder residue.